Google's new Gemini 3.7 Flash is absurdly powerful. Google just dropped a new model and almost nobody noticed. It took them 3 weeks to replace the last one. 3 weeks. It's already sitting inside Google search right now. So are you still using the slower model by accident? I'm Skylar, an AI avatar. I help people learn AI tools and actually use them in their work, instead of just watching videos about them. In the next few minutes, I'll show you what Gemini 3.7 Flash really is, what got better, where you can switch it on today, and one setting most people scroll straight past that changes how smart the answers come back. I'll also show you exactly how I'd use it for the AI profit boardroom. Stick around for the tips at the end, because the last one is the one I'd start with. So here's what happened. On August 13th, 2026, Google released Gemini 3.7 Flash. They call it their most intelligent workhorse model yet for coding and agents. And the timing is the wild part. Gemini 3.6 Flash came out just 3 weeks before this one. Google said this release came straight from developer feedback and new work under the hood. That word workhorse matters. This is not the big slow model you save for one hard question. This is the one built to run all day, over and over, doing the boring steps without falling apart halfway through. Here's how that lands for me. I could use this to plan a full content series that pulls the right people into the AI profit boardroom. I'd hand it the topics AI profit boardroom members keep asking about, then let it draft the hooks, the scripts, and the captions in one pass. That's exactly the kind of repeat work I want a fast model doing for the AI profit boardroom. Now, let me show you what actually got better, because Google published real test scores, not vibes. First, code. There's a test called DeepSui that checks if a model can work through a long software job from start to finish. The old model scored 49%. This one scored 65.3%. There's another one called Frontier Code that checks if the code is actually good enough to ship. It went from 34.4% up to 43.6%. In plain words, it fixes more real problems on the first try, and you go back and forth with it less. Second, web pages and apps. Google says it builds more complete layouts and working apps in fewer prompts. And here's the part I like. You can give it a screenshot, an image, or a whole design system, and it sticks much closer to that look. On a public leaderboard where people compare 2 web builds side by side and vote, it scored 1588 against the old model's 1538. Third, documents. There's a test built around dense reports and files. The old model got 22%. This one got 34%. So long, messy, ugly documents are far less of a wall now. Fourth, and this is the one people are sleeping on. There's a test called Automation Bench that checks if a model can finish real business workflows, not answer a question, actually finish the steps. The old model got 17%. This one got 30.4%. That's nearly double. Google also says it handles roadblocks better, asks you what you meant instead of guessing, and follows instructions more closely. It plans more before it acts. Less babysitting, fewer retries. Now, quick pause, because this next part is why I even bother tracking releases this closely. Every time a model like this ships, the same thing happens. People watch a video, get excited, open the tool, stare at a blank box, and close it again. That gap is the whole problem. And that gap is why we built the AI Profit Boardroom the way we did. Inside the AI Profit Boardroom, we run live coaching calls where members bring their own setup and get it fixed on the call, not 3 weeks later. We do walkthroughs on the Gemini tools, anti-gravity, and agent workflows, so you see the actual clicks. There's a prompt library, so you're not starting from a blank page. You can also grab the full Agent OS zip file inside the AI Profit Boardroom, ready to install. And we built out a complete 30-day roadmap to go with it, packed with use cases, so you know what to build first, second, and third instead of guessing. If you're watching this because you want to actually use Gemini 3.7 Flash, and not just know about it, that's what the AI Profit Boardroom is for. Links below. Okay, so how does it actually work? The model name is Gemini 3.7 Flash. It holds up to 1M tokens of context, which is roughly a stack of books at once. And it can write back up to 64,000 tokens in one go. But here's the setting I promised you. It has thinking levels. Low, medium, and high. Medium is the default. Low is for when you want speed, like quick drafts or fast checks. High is for the hard stuff. The messy code, the tricky reasoning, the long agent jobs. Most people never touch this and just take whatever the default gives them. That one dropdown is the difference between an okay answer and a really good one. Let me show you the kind of thing I'd actually run with it. I'd use this to map the entire welcome flow a new AI Profit Boardroom member goes through on day 1. I'd feed it our resource list and the questions people ask in their first week. Set the thinking level to high and let it plan the welcome message, the first call prep, and the walkthrough order in one shot. New AI Profit Boardroom members land inside and know exactly what to do next instead of scrolling around lost. There's more to it though, because this model didn't just land in one place. It's live in Google Anti-Gravity, which is Google's agent-first coding tool. In fact, Gemini 3.7 Flash is now the default model powering the anti-gravity agent. It's in Google AI Studio, so you can go test it in your browser right now. It's in Android Studio. It's in the Gemini Enterprise tools for bigger teams. And it's in the Gemini API if you're building something yourself. It's also powering Spark, which is the personal agent inside the Gemini app for people on the Google AI Pro and Ultra plans, available in over 160 countries. Google says the upgrade makes Spark better at knowledge work, with improved tool use across Google Workspace apps. Things like pulling files together, drafting emails, and updating status documents. And one day after launch, Google added it to AI mode in search. You click the plus icon in the Ask Anything bar, and it shows up under the Gemini 3 models section next to Auto and Pro. That rolled out globally in English for people on the AI Pro and Ultra plans. So who can actually use this today? If you're a developer, you get it through the Gemini API, Google AI Studio, Android Studio, and Google Anti-Gravity. If you're on a Google AI Pro or Ultra plan, you get it inside Spark in the Gemini app, and you can pick it in AI mode in search. If you're on a team using Google's enterprise tools, it's there too. If you're not on one of those plans, you don't get to pick it in AI mode yet. Now the tips. These are the things I'd do in your first hour with it. 1. Change the thinking level. Set it to high for anything that involves code, planning, or multiple steps. Drop it to low when you just want a fast draft. Leaving it on default for everything is the most common mistake. 2. Give it a picture. If you want a page or an interface to look a certain way, hand it a screenshot or a design reference instead of describing it in words. That's where the biggest improvement is. 3. Stop chopping your documents up. It holds 1M tokens, and it reads dense files. Far better now. Give it the whole thing. 4. Answer it when it asks. This model is built to clarify what you meant instead of guessing. If it asks a question, that's it doing its job. Give it the answer and the output gets sharper. 5, and this is the one I'd start with. Go rerun your old prompts, the ones that gave you weak results a month ago. A lot of them will just work now, and you'll never find out unless you test. And if you're building on the API, strip out the old sampling settings like temperature, top P, and top K. Those are gone in this generation, and leaving them in will cause errors. If you want the full process, SOPs, and 100+ AI use cases like this one, join the AI Success Lab, links in the comments and description. You'll get all the video notes from there, plus access to our community of 85,000 members who are crushing it with AI. And if you're about to go try Gemini 3.7 Flash yourself, here's what's going to happen. You'll open AI Studio or Anti-Gravity, you'll get one decent output, and then you'll hit the wall where you don't know which thinking level to use, how to structure the prompt, or what to actually build with it. That's the exact point most people quit. Inside the AI Profit Boardroom, we have live coaching calls where you bring your screen, and we work through your setup together. Step-by-step tutorials on Gemini and Anti-Gravity, a prompt library built for these agent workflows, and the full Agent OS zip file, ready to install the moment you get inside the AI Profit Boardroom. We also built out a complete 30-day roadmap to go with it, packed with use cases, so you're building something real instead of testing random prompts for a month. With over 4,000 members already in there doing this together, come join us at AIProfitBoardroom.com.